Hey everyone, I'm Trevor and you're watching SoCal Disney Dad. Today we are at SeaWorld San Diego for, you guessed it, the Craft Beer Festival. That is actually really interesting because I don't drink beer, neither does Amy, but we're coming to the Craft Beer Festival for you guys. We're not going to get any beer. There's actually plenty of food items that you can get here at the various booths. So we're going to check out the booths for you. We're going to get some food for you. That may be later on in the video. I don't exactly know what we're doing right now. We're here at 3:15 in the afternoon, so we're not really hungry. But we might grab a snack now and then continue eating on later throughout the day. I know we're going to see if James is tall enough to ride Manta here because he's tall enough for Incredicoaster at Disneyland, and so we're going to see if he can ride Manta. So we got a couple things that we want to do here today, but primarily we're going to be checking out that Craft Beer Festival, the food items that they have, and of course we'll show you the different beer offerings that they do as well, but just don't expect any beer drinking in this video because it's not going to happen. Thanks for watching, and let's get going. I was looking for a place to get one of these little brochures. It looks like right here in front of the Starbucks espresso bar is a place that you can get one, so I'll go ahead and grab one of those. James wants one of those as well. Of course, this is the Welcome Center, Brutality, and here's what you can get there. Craft beer can, 12 ounce, 16 ounce, and then they've got, Dulce de Leche Cheesecake bites. I am definitely going to have to check that out. They have cake pops, panna cotta, and creme brulee as well. That is right here. We are just outside the park entrance, also right next to all these touch pools here. So that's where this right here, the Welcome Center, is located. Let's go ahead and check out this event map then. Looks like we have 12 locations across the park. So it looks like number 8 is the Welcome Center, the entrance there that we went to. Number 1 is over here at the Explorers Cafe, and then of course they're all around there, but 12 different options that we have. Of course, they have some advertisements for the samplers, just like the Seven Seas Food Festival. They do have sample lanyards for you that you can buy. Past members do get a bonus 3 items, just like they did during the Seven Seas. So for the $65, you can get 15 instead of 12. Amy and I aren't going to do that at all for this festival, primarily because it's, again, mostly beer. Looks like find your favorite brew, and they've got this little graph over here off to the left. Just tells you a little bit more about those locations. So let's dive into it. Well, while we're walking to our first food location to get a snack, which, just to spoiler alert, it's going to be nachos. I don't know what's on the nachos, like was it pork or carnitas, something like that.
And hopefully they're not out of it.
Yeah, it's only 3. I hope they're not out of food, but we're gonna find out. I did want to let you know that when we got here today at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday, first Saturday of the festival, parking was insane. Not the line to get in. The line to get in was a breeze, but there was the parking was all the way over by Emperor. All the way over there. I've never parked that far. Never, ever in the history of coming to SeaWorld have I parked over there.
Lucky in finding closer spots, you know, like when we grew up in Ing, it's kind of known where there's closer spots, or it's just extra busy today.
I think it's extra busy today.
I think it's extra busy today.
We're right before schools are going back. James goes back on Tuesday, so this is kind of like the last hurrah. It's a weekend, opening weekend of a new festival. I just think that all of that made the perfect storm for a busy weekend. Or the weekends have just been that busy. We haven't come on a Saturday in 2 months because...
Of that reason.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, well, here we are right next to Manta and Dolphin Point, and this is where we're going to be getting those nachos. We'll show you the sign once we get up a little closer. Does look like most of the seating is taken, so we'll have to find somewhere to grab a bite. Fairly crowded, but not too bad in this corner. Anyway, this line is shorter than the line at the Welcome Center. It looks like over here at Baja Brew, they do have the same craft beer cans, 12 ounce, 16 ounce options that you can get. They also have a roasted pork carnitas nachos, which is what we're getting, a flash grilled corn on the cob, and the lime cilantro shrimp ceviche. I don't know how you pronounce that, sorry. But we're gonna get that roasted pork carnitas nachos. Well, it's gotten significantly busier over here now since we've ordered. You can see where Amy is. This line right here at the grill is waiting to get our food, but there's not even a SeaWorld member here, and the people in the booth keep ringing people up and giving them, you know, chips, and the line is just going to keep getting bigger, and there's no one actually out here putting meat on the chips. All right, now there's a guy out here. Hopefully we get our food soon. So what I'm noticing here is that every station has a different type of beer. You see Station 1 has Sierra Nevada, Station 2 has Ballast Point, Station 3 has Thorn Brewing Co. So Station 4 where we're at is Stone Brewing. So even though it's just a craft brew can, that's the specific type of beer that you're going to get is different in all of these different locations. That's something I wouldn't have picked up on, but I was wondering why the option was the same. But it's because they have different types at every stand. All right, well, here we go. We just sat on the wall over here, but this is the pork Carnitas nachos. Roasted pork Carnitas nachos. I think this actually looks really, really good. I hope it tastes just as good because I'm excited.
Like, where do I start?
Anywhere. At the very beginning. Name that movie.
At the very beginning.
A very good place to start.
Not missing anymore because it would give them away. At least it's really good.
It's really good?
Yeah.
All right.
Despite the crazy line and a lot of people, it's at least really good. And it's not cold for once either.
Oh, I'm doubly excited now. All right, my turn. I don't do guac, but even I like this. These chips are kind of soggy already because they're buried. So if there's a comment that I have, the chips are all buried underneath now, and the meat's piled on top. So it's like, how am I supposed to go and get a chip out of there?
And they didn't have forks.
I almost need like a fork to eat the meat on top and then eat the chips separately, but this is really, really good. I definitely recommend this item for sure. So final thoughts on the nachos. The meat was really, really tender, very juicy, excellent meat, and there was lots of meat, loads of meat. I was impressed with actually how much they put on these nachos.
But I feel like when this stand was the food festival and they had the brisket nachos, that even had quite a bit of meat.
But the brisket nachos were cold.
That was the only downside, was the meat kind of be cold in this. But we may have gone lucky with that. I think they had just gone like a new set of meat though also for this.
That could be why the guy was gone. I did see him come out with like a tray full of corn. So he was probably just getting supplies and he probably wasn't gone for very long, just to add that comment in there. Plus, the guy happened to be one of our viewers. So thank you very much. It was a great item. I appreciate it. Well, the quick queue for Manta, which James was tall enough to ride Manta. Are you excited? First time on Manta? He's kind of nervous now. But anyway, the quick queue is here on the left, and then the main line is down here at the bottom. So hopefully I'm just gonna find somebody this guy right here in the yellowish green shirt. We're gonna keep an eye on him and make sure, you know, the quick queue is actually beneficial on this ride. Well, we're about ready to go, and it looks like our friend with the yellow shirt is under the yellow umbrella over there. He still has quite a bit to go, and we should make it in line during the next release here. So the quick queue is faster by about half. It looks like they're evenly pulling from both sides of the line. All right, James and Daddy are about to go on. What are we about to go on? Manta. He doesn't want to look at the camera. You're okay, bud. Am I gonna hold your hand? Yeah. Am I gonna keep you safe? Yeah. All right. All right, show me how much you liked that ride. Oh yeah, you loved it, didn't you? Was it super fun?
Yeah, it went fast.
It went fast?
And the launcher went back and forth for like 30 seconds.
The whole time we're riding, James is just like, wow, woo, ah, woo, ah, like stuff like that. It was totally fun. I wish I could have filmed it because it was amazing, but they won't let me film that ride. The Bat Ray pool area, pretty busy today. Bat Rays are always loads of fun, and I do see that the feeding station is open at the moment. If you get the opportunity to do a Bat Ray feeding, highly recommend. It's cheap, it's like $6 or $7 for a thing of food, and it's really, really fun. Well, we have about a half an hour to an hour before our dinner time, quote unquote. Doesn't necessarily need to be any specific time, but what we're gonna go do is just walk around the park like we like to do, maybe go say hi to my grouper friend, that sort of thing, up until dinner. And so just hang out for the video, but there will be more food from the festival coming your way in just a little bit. Hello. What are you doing? Are you trying to be flamingos? You hanging out here with the flamingos? It's like, you're not a flamingo. You're not even one of the gray ones, the baby ones that are... Do you see them? Do you see them over there? The gray ones are baby ones. Oh! One in the pink is feeding them, so that's his mama. We're over here between Sea Lions Live and Dolphin Days. It's pretty crowded. Looks like there's some beer you can get here. They've also got some sort of live music going on over here, and I was hoping to catch it. I hope they're not done. Well, it's pretty crowded in here at Shark Encounter. I don't ever wait in the seaside line, I don't know what you call it, but the line that overlooks the water. I just stick over here off to the left and just keep on walking, because all I care about is getting down into that shark tunnel. And if that's all you're coming to do as well as get down in that shark tunnel, just so you know, the water that you're overlooking here is just the water above the shark tunnel, and it's not a very good view up here. So you're really just better off going straight down, heading for that shark tunnel and bypassing all that line. Although check this out, because there's a line to get down into the shark tunnel. That's crazy. I have never seen a line to get down into the shark tunnel like this. Never, 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 never. Well, we decided to abandon that line way too long. What that tells me is that conveyor belt is still broken. And if the conveyor belt is broken, people don't walk through the tunnel like they're supposed to. The conveyor belt keeps you moving, but everyone wants to just stop and stare at the tunnel with no mind for anybody behind them. So that's why the conveyor belt is helpful. But when that conveyor belt is broken, it bottles up like that. And that's the only time I ever see it bottled up like that. That means it's been broken for 2 months now. SeaWorld has yet to fix that conveyor belt down in the Shark Encounter tunnel. And so I would avoid the Shark Encounter tunnel for the time being. And now we changed our minds again. A little bit of a plot twist. Personal decision this time, not like because we had to. But it's 4:40 now, and we just want to go get food, because if they have long lines to get food, then we could be waiting a while. We don't want to push it off too long to prime dinner times. So we tried to go in Shark Encounter, didn't work, too busy. But you know, the whole reason why we're here is for the food anyway. So we're gonna check out those 4 food places for you now. And well, already did 1, 3 more food places that we have to get. And if we have time after that, then we'll continue checking out SeaWorld. But since the primary purpose is that craft beer festival, that's what we're here for. Well, here is the location that has the barbecue meat, and we definitely want to check out the barbecue meat. So we're gonna have to wait in this line. It's inevitable. It's outside Calypso Bay Smokehouse, which makes sense because Calypso Bay is a barbecue place. But we're gonna be waiting a while. So Amy is gonna wait in line back there at Calypso Bay for the barbecue type items. And I'm gonna head over to Explorers Reef Cafe to get the quesadilla that they have there, because I assume that line is gonna be long as well. And then we'll meet up and record all the food at once. Looks like Electric Eel here is a 75-minute wait. And I just happened to catch it going. This is such an awesome ride. Might be short, but it's super, super fun. So of the 12 craft beer festival locations, I think only 4 of them actually have food. Those are the 4 that we're going to be checking out here for you in this video. There might be another one. I will have to check it a little bit later, but most of them, of the 12 locations, of course, are just going to have those beer options. And since we don't drink beer, I can't even really share them with you other than to show you that menu that I showed you. And hopefully that's enough information for you about the beer, but we're gonna be talking about the food, because I love food. So the Explorers Cafe here is right next to these kid rides. right across from the jellyfish swings, tentacle twirl, and we're going in here to get that quesadilla. Looks like there is a line, but this line may be for the bar in the center rather than for the food. So I'm gonna check that out, see which way. Yeah, I think the food is gonna be down this way. In fact, check this out, there's little ropes here. You actually have to come in this door down here in order to get to the food. There are two separate lines. There's a line over there, and there's a line over here off to the right. And then of course the food is behind that wall there. And then right here to my right is just the bar where you get those beer and the drinks. So after waiting 20 minutes in line over to get food, because the food is over there, I was told that you have to get the food at the bar. Well, never in any of the other past festivals have they had food at the bar. They just have drinks at the bar. They have food at the food booth. But they sent me over here, and now I have to wait in line all over again. After ordering at the bar, you come over here to lane number 9, so you still have to come over here to get your food, but you order it from the bar, which is just really confusing. But I'm glad I figured that out for you, and also when I explained to the lady at the counter that I just waited 20 minutes, they got the manager and she rung me out at a separate register, so I really, really appreciate that for the confusion that, you know, I was able to at least bypass the second line because I'd already waited once before. But it is confusing, so keep that in mind, and I want you not to make the same mistake that I did. If you're coming in here to Explorers Reef to get food, you need to order at the bar and pick it up at the food booth. Okay, so here we are with our items. So over at Calypso Bay, we got the Brisket Slider, which is really, really tiny.
Pitiful. Like, it has one piece of brisket on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's not even a whole lot of meat on here. It was probably the same price as the nachos, wasn't it? Was it $9? Yeah.
10, I think.
And then here we have the German Brat, of course, Bratwurst. And at least this looks pretty good. Not a big, huge fan of mustard, but this does look pretty good. And then I got lucky with this. They were taking a really, really long time in there, and the lady made an extra one of the people in front of me on accident. So this was ready to go for me. Otherwise, I would have waited probably another like 5 minutes. It was just really, really slow in there. But the food doesn't look too bad, except for that one just really looking pitiful. But go ahead and take a bite of it and let's see what it's like.
It needs more meat. The reason I said it needs more meat is because right now the bun and the barbecue sauce overtakes everything that's in it. Like, you can't even taste the meat.
Well,
so.
let me try. All right, my turn here. I can kind of see what you're saying. I think I got a little bit more meat. The part where 2 slices of meat overlap. But yeah, the meat's cold. That's just due to how long the lines were over here. Amy walked all the way over from the park, and then she stood out here for like 10 minutes while I waited to get my food. So it's kind of cold, but the flavoring's okay, but I definitely get a lot of bun in the bite rather than the meat. And I can barely taste the little onion, the crunchy onion bits inside. Since the bratwurst is probably already cold and I know that the quesadilla is warmer, I'm gonna start with the quesadilla next. I don't like guacamole, so I put that huge big dollop that was on there on Amy's slice. It's like, I'm not sure if there's any meat on this. There is a tiny little bit of meat on here. Not a whole lot. It's mostly cheese. As you can see, just thick with cheese. But it's fairly decent. It's really good cheese. I like this a lot. I mean, it's pretty simple. Cheese quesadilla, well, chicken quesadilla, tiny piece of chicken, but pretty good taste.
Is it pepper jack cheese?
I don't know. Might be.
It's okay.
Not a big win for Amy. It's not much better than what you can make at home. We have a great Mexican place right down the road from us called Albert's Mexican Food, and it is really, really good. I've gotten the quesadilla from them like twice. Their quesadillas are amazing. It was an okay quesadilla, a good item. As food goes, it tasted good. You know, I mean, that's all I'm getting at. Now I'm gonna try this bratwurst. I don't even know how to eat this thing. I didn't get any meat. The bun is like hard as a rock. That's why I'm making that face.
Wow. I thought it was made with the mustard.
That's decent. I'm not a huge bratwurst person, but it's good. Cold. Of course, we knew that was going to be the case. Would I get it again? The only thing I really feel like I want again at this point are those
Nachos.
roasted pork Carnitas nachos. While Amy's finishing up her food over there, and before we give our final thoughts on those food, I'm going to come over here to Club Sea Glow. This is not the happening place that you should expect if you're coming to Electric Ocean. This is just a sad, pitiful little example, but they have this octopus out here. At night, after the sun goes down, this whole place will be packed with people. There'll be lights, there'll be a fog machine, there'll be a DJ up on that stage. If you want to check that out, I'll link to my Electric Ocean video so you can see everything that Electric Ocean has to offer. Electric Ocean it goes till September 6th. So it started way back in June. It's been going for 2 months now. There's just 3 weeks left as to the time of this filming for Electric Ocean and Club Sea Glow. Of course, everything else that Electric Ocean has with it as well. All right, we're gonna walk and talk at the same time because we need to get over to the other area to get those cheesecake bites.
To get in line again.
Yeah, to get in line again. It'd be faster to go that way, but we're gonna go this way because it's noisy over there.
I don't want to go through the tunnel.
We do want to go through the tunnel. I love the tunnel of lights. But, so what did you think of the food?
So, like we said earlier, the nachos so far have definitely been the best item. Favorite item. The quesadilla was okay, but it was just a quesadilla. You can make a quesadilla at home, they're pretty simple. The bratwurst, well, it was my least favorite probably out of all the items, at least was, we were saying the most shareable item because it was pretty big.
It was.
So if you like bratwurst, like we're both not big bratwurst people in general, so.
I scraped all the mustard off mine. It was
I don't mind mustard, but I prefer hot dogs over brats.
No, the Brat itself was good. I didn't mind that at all. I thought it had good flavoring. The bun was terrible, but I did not like that mustard at all. The brisket, there wasn't enough of it to even review. There just wasn't enough of it there.
The brisket sandwich would have been bigger, like had more brisket, more of the little onion
Crunches.
crunchy things.
Yeah.
It would have been really good.
It would have
because
been.
The barbecue sauce was really good. The crunchies were really good. The flavors were all there. It was just very poor execution.
It could
of
have
the
been good.
flavors.
Yeah,
it
just
could have been good.
a tad bit more brisket. And of course, if we'd have eaten it right away, it would have been better. But I'm not gonna.
I don't think so, because even when I got it, it didn't.
You
look
know,
like it was hot.
that's something. A frequent comment that we had with Seven Seas Food Festival is that barbecue station right outside Calypso routinely hands out cold meat. I mean, even the one that we went to where we got the nachos, the last time we were here, that one always handed out cold meat
They had all
too.
the brisket already just sitting there, like out in the like.
Yeah.
It wasn't in a heater or anything, so I don't think it was supposed to be hot brisket.
Can someone tell me down in the comments if barbecue is supposed to come cold, or if that's just lax on SeaWorld's part for not keeping their meat hot? Because I like hot food, and I don't want my meat to be cold. It's just me. The final item we plan to get here today at the Craft Beer Festival of SeaWorld San Diego is right here at the Welcome Center. I'm going to get those Dulce de Leche cheesecake bites. And so that's at this like Starbucks station, the Coral Market, right here at the front of the park. And here we have the Creme Brulee. Amy decided to get this.
It's big.
It is big.
It does not even look like a creme brulee.
2 strawberries, a bunch of whipped cream, and then here is my cheesecake. It looks like they put the graham cracker as just like powdered dust all around my cheesecake. It's supposed to be cheesecake bites, so I was expecting like, you know, little squares that are bites, but instead it's just like a tiny
They're
cheesecake.
giving you cheesecake bite.
Yeah, they're giving me cheesecake and bites, I guess.
It's a very
I don't
bad
know.
presentation.
It is.
It literally looks like you've had a cheesecake and they dumped sand on top of it.
Kind of, I don't know. But
Like,
anyway.
look at the two compared. Like, this looks okay. That just looks like a hot mess.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see. She has to take a second bite.
I mean, it's good, but it does not taste like creme brulee. This honestly tastes more like vanilla pudding inside the pastry.
Well, maybe I'll have a bite then. Okay, here we go. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know what that's supposed to taste like.
It tastes more like a cheesecake than a creme brulee.
I don't think that tastes like cheesecake.
Okay, I don't know
what that tastes like. It's okay. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but I don't want any more. So it's all yours. Have it now. My cheesecake.
Bite.
Cheesecake. I'm gonna get some of that powder on top. I could use syrup of some kind. We were at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park recently. We got a cheesecake with a berry sauce drizzled all over it. Tasted so good. And when I'm at home and I get cheesecake, I like to put Hershey syrup on top of it, smother it all over. I put it on the plate so that I can, you know, after I take a bite, I can smother it around in the sauce. But this, it just tastes like cheesecake. It's okay cheesecake, but it really needs something extra. So speculation here. I just finished up my cheesecake and we were talking about it, and it's like, what's so special about this cheesecake? It's called a Dulce de Leche. Cheesecake bites is what it says on the board. And I said, what's Dulce de Leche? And Amy's just like, oh, that's like Mexican caramel. She thinks. Correct me if I'm wrong, because we don't know. I should Google that. Hold on, I'll be right back. And we're back with Google knowledge in hand. Amy says it's caramelized milk. So yes, I guess it's supposed to have that on it. And maybe that's supposed to be the flavor of the cheesecake. Honestly, it tastes like a regular New York cheesecake to me. Didn't even have a graham cracker crust at the bottom. They had those graham cracker powders. And since it's not in bite form, unless that's what they mean, like that's a bite, I don't know. That's not what I was expecting. Amy's theorizing that they probably ran out of the cheesecake bites, and as a compensation, they just have the New York cheesecake round circle things. That's the best guess. I could be wrong. That maybe that's what it's supposed to be. But I was not impressed. I'm a huge cheesecake person. Love cheesecake. And that will not be getting ordered again. Well, that is it for our time here at SeaWorld San Diego for that all-new Craft Beer Festival. Craft Beer Festival runs from August the 14th. That's today, right? Today's the 14th? Yes, it is. All the way through September the 19th. Weekends only, though, Saturdays and Sundays. August the 14th through September the 19th. And, of course, they have 12 food booths, and most of it is just beer. I said 12 booths. Sorry. Obviously, you saw what we got and you heard our thoughts. You decide for yourself whether or not you're coming specifically for the festival or you're coming for other things. I highly recommend that if you are getting festival things, that you are coming here for SeaWorld and not making a special trip for the food festival. At least not until schools get back and going. Maybe 2 weeks from now, you can come out and give a showing and see how it goes. Fortunately for James, he at least got to ride Manta, but we didn't do anything else today. Just came here for that craft beer food festival. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, the SeaWorld San Diego, Southern California theme parks and attractions, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. And we will see you again next time.